Hey guys. Okay, wait. Three, two, one. All right. Yo guys, it's man, bro. Oh my God. How do I normally start my videos, bro? I don't even know. Whatever. I'm gonna just start it. And this is gonna be it. This is gonna be how I start it. All right, so today I'm gonna be talking about, you know, no, of course you don't know. Of course you don't fucking know what I'm gonna be talking about. What do you mean you know? Are you stupid? All right. My fault. Today I'm gonna be talking about overthinking. Because I know everybody overthinks. It's like something that everybody does. It's kind of hard to not overthink. I don't think I've met anybody who doesn't overthink about something, you know. But yeah. So I was literally I've been recording already for 3 minutes, just walking around trying to figure out what to talk about. Cause I look, you don't even know. Like I don't want to keep talking about like relationships and shit. Cause thought made what 2 videos about that already, and then the third one was kind of about that. So. But you know, that's like kind of the main issue I'm having right now. So I guess it makes sense that I would talk about it. But you know, but yeah, overthinking. So I guess, I'll just explain it, even though everybody knows what overthinking is. At least for me, overthinking is just consistently and constantly thinking about something that you just can't help yourself. You'll always catch yourself thinking about it, and you spiral into this negative thought process that it's not helping you at all. Yo, this fucking cat. Yo, this cat. You spiral into thoughts about the situation, and you thinking about all the outcomes and all the things that could come from it and how bad it was, and you honestly start making it worse than it really was. Like, say for example, you're at school, you're in a presentation, and then you stutter and you start overthinking. You're like, shit, everybody's gonna think I'm a loser now. Everybody definitely heard that. They're definitely laughing at me and thinking about it after school, when in reality nobody cares. Nobody's thinking about that. Nobody even noticed it. And if they did, they thought about it for 3 seconds and just forgot about it. Like, think about it, put it in your perspective. Imagine if you heard someone do that. Are you gonna be like thinking about that for the whole rest of the day? Oh, remember when that one person out of the 20 presentations stuttered? No, I'm not gonna be thinking about that. And it's the same with other people. Nobody's gonna be thinking about this kind of stuff. So that's mainly what overthinking is, for me, is like not being able to understand something is not as serious as it seems. Not being able to be like, ah, shit, it was, maybe it was bad, but it wasn't that bad, right? Like it wasn't that bad. And I guess for me, my biggest overthinking is usually, when it comes to relationships. Obviously, why am I lagging so bad? The fuck? I've been lagging this whole time. No, I haven't. I don't know what that was about, but okay. So yeah, for me, relationships are my biggest point of overthinking. And I feel like it's like that way for most people. I mean, I don't really know what else you could overthink about. It's mainly relationships because, when you overthink, it's not like you can go ask the other person, you know, oh, am I just being crazy? So I guess, the main thing of overthinking is not being able to get the answer. And so you're constantly thinking about the issue because you don't have that answer set in stone. And I mean, the way I deal with it is because I'm a chronic overthinker. I will think about something for just days and months after, and I don't know. I never really get closure. I honestly, I just stop thinking about it. I don't even know. I just eventually something else comes along, and then I stop thinking about it, which really isn't a healthy coping mechanism. I mean, it's not really a coping mechanism, but it's really not healthy to not deal with something until something else comes around to try and replace it. That's why I don't like rebound relationships, because it's like you're not over your ex, you're just trying to get over them by forcing someone artificial into your life. Like, it's not real. This relationship isn't real. You don't love this person. You're just doing it to get over someone else. So I'll never understand rebounds. I mean, I understand it because, I understand how it feels. But at the same time, you realize that it's not like a real relationship. Especially if you're doing it to make someone jealous. Uh, maybe this sounds like this is coming from a place of experience, maybe because it's happening to me right now, but I digress. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about overthinking, right? Um, yeah, so you're just trying like that way of coping, that way of not thinking about something or thinking about something, but not thinking about it in a productive way in which you're actually trying to figure it out, like you're just thinking about it. You're not really trying to figure out what the issue is. You're not trying to come up with the solution. You're just thinking. And I feel like that's like the worst thing that you could do is just think and just be inside your own head. And I kind of want to explain that because, yeah, of course, I think thinking is important, you know. But what I mean by that is like thinking just to think, like overthinking, right? You're not thinking with a purpose. You're not thinking with a how do I fix this situation, or how do I make it better, or is this situation as bad as my brain is telling me it is? You're thinking just about the situation, and that's all you can think about, and it's just getting worse and worse because obviously as you think, your brain's going to keep coming up with scenarios and it's just going to get worse, right? So I think for overthinking, for me at least, what I like to do is I like to just stop. When you notice yourself spiraling and you notice yourself starting to think less and less coherent things like don't really make sense, just stop. And this is probably the hardest part, is being able to realize when this is happening, and realize when you're overthinking, because you're in your own head, right? It's hard to be like, oh wait, I'm spiraling right now, I'm not making any sense, this is what I'm talking about right now does not make any sense, right? It's kind of hard to do that. So I think the first step is being able to realize that what you're doing is not helping you at all. And it's like a bad thing, you're just thinking about the situation, you're not trying to fix it, or you're not trying to understand it really. So the first step is stopping and realizing, and then the second step for me is, I think, beginning to think about the severity of the situation, right? Because you want to contextualize it. You want to be like, is it really that serious? Is it really, you know, is it as bad as my brain is making out to seem? And most of the time, probably not. I mean, that's why it's called overthinking. You think you're overthinking a situation that's not bad, right? You're thinking about it too much. And then after you realize, or after you think about if the situation is that bad or not, you need to start thinking about how to solve it or how to stop it, right? You don't just want to keep thinking about this shit and dealing with it, and well, not dealing with it, just thinking about it, right? You want to stop the problem. You want to nip it in the bud, you know what I'm saying? And so that's like the biggest things. There's a village over there. But overthinking can just be really like detrimental, and overthinking it sucks, bro. Especially like overthinking can make you so depressed and just not want to do anything, right? Because you're like, oh my god, this situation is just all I can think about. Like, what's the point? Why am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least for me, that shit be making me suicidal sometimes. Not like genuinely suicidal, but it'd be like, what's the point anymore? But stopping and realizing that, okay, one, everyone does this, and two, this issue is solvable. It's not going to be permanent. You're not always going to be in this issue. And next week, you probably won't even be thinking about it, right? That's all I like to think about stuff. I think, next week, this probably won't even matter. Next week, there's going to be something else, right? So how about I don't focus my attention on this, this draining, non-important problems that aren't even really problems. It's just things that I'm thinking about. And let me just live my life. Because the day's going to keep moving forward, at the end of the day. You're going to go to sleep, you're going to wake up, same thing is going to be happening the next day. So what's the point of thinking about it every single day and every second, and just spiraling into this descent of Jesus Christ? What's going on? I don't know how to solve this issue. Is bad? This person's going to hate me for the rest of their life. What's the point of doing that if you're not going to solve it, right? Like, I mean, just think about it, like, realistically. Why are you overthinking about a situation but not coming up with a solution for it? That's like the biggest thing. It's like, if you're not gonna actively try and put in the work to fix a situation, then either A, it's not that serious in the first place to where you need a solution anyways, or B, you just need to move on. Like you just need to move on and either fix it. Oh, I just duplicated that. And either fix the issue if it's that bad, if it's genuinely that bad after, first step, actually thinking about it, or no, that's second step, thinking about it. First step is realizing that you're overthinking. Um, just think about the situation, and if it really needs a genuine solution, like if it's something that you can't, like say your parents are mad at you and you have to apologize, if it's something that you can't just let go, or they can't just let go, then think of a solution, talk to people, talk to people around you, talk to your parents, talk to your friends, try and get multiple, like don't just go to that one person, who's always telling you yes or no, this or that, because you're gonna make decisions that are bad in your life, and you're gonna ask people for advice and they're not gonna give you the right advice. So that's why, pairing up your thoughts but in a productive, healthy way, in a way where you're not just thinking about it just for the sake of thinking about it and making it worse than it is, with someone else's advice, multiple people's advice, and taking what parts you see fit out of that, is honestly, I feel like, the healthiest way to stop overthinking. And I think honestly, just breathe. You know, like it's cliche, but just breathe. You find yourself overthinking, your heart starts beating faster, you start feeling more anxious, your anxiety's flaring up. Just breathe. You know, think about what I said, right? Think about in a week. This isn't gonna matter. This shit isn't gonna matter in a week, in a month, in a year, however long. When that time comes, you're not even gonna remember this time. Maybe you'll remember it, but you're gonna be like, that was so long ago. I can't believe I was stressing over that. Or thank God it's finally over. I finally overcame whatever the issue was. That's what you want. You want to be able to be like, I overcame it, instead of just forgetting about it. Because just forgetting about an issue, that's a bad habit to build. You know, you're not gonna get anywhere just forgetting about an issue and not dealing with it. You kind of have to deal with it. Like I said, if it's something serious, if it's like your friend said something to you and it's causing you to overthink, talk to them about it. But if you realize that it's not that serious and it was just a joke, then just move on. Sometimes holding grudges, like I'm guilty of this. Holding grudges feels good, right? Like it feels good to be like, oh, I'm never gonna forgive this person. I'm never gonna get over this. I'll always hate you. If you ever try and text me again, I'm gonna say super mean shit to you. That one might have been personal. But yeah, it's just like don't hold grudges, you know? If it's causing you to overthink, if you're overthinking about this stuff and to make you hate these people even more, especially, okay, this is another thing. If you find yourself overthinking and your feelings towards whatever is happening is growing and getting worse and you're hating the person or you're getting madder and madder, that's that's really overthinking, Like you're thinking about the situation too much. If you weren't that mad when it happened, then you probably shouldn't be getting madder after the fact, unless something else is happening or something happened that you didn't realize during the situation or something else came to light. Your anger should be fading instead of growing. It's just makes the most sense, right? Just logically, like after the situation, you should be getting healthier and moving forward and coping with it instead of getting worse and worse. You shouldn't be getting worse with the situation after time. You should be getting better with it. And if you find yourself getting worse, stop, breathe, think about why it's bothering you. Think about, that was my Discord, by the way, not yours. Think about why it's bothering you. Think about what the issue is, and just try not to overthink. I know everything I'm saying and everything I'm going to say in these videos is something I think about a lot. Everything that's in these videos is easier said than done. But like I think I said in the last video about friends, is my advice is here as just an offering, right? You can choose to take it if you want. You can choose to ignore it. But what I'm saying, if you listen this far, speaking of which, someone actually listened to near the end of my video where I was talking about my birthday and he said happy birthday in the comments. And I really appreciated that. So, if you're watching this right now, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And I actually was really heartwarming to see that. I was like, damn, people actually watch this far. I was like, cool. But yeah, so if you're, what I'm saying will always be in the back of your head, right? And you're at some point, a situation going to come up, you're going to be like, hey, Yeah, I remember that guy talking about that. Maybe I'll try and, stop and breathe and genuinely think about what the problem is and how to solve it, right? And, man, maybe what I'm saying is cliche, blah, blah, blah. But it's true. I mean, there's a reason that stuff is cliche, right? Because it's true. So, it is kind of early. It's kind of hard to find times to record this stuff because, like, I don't want my parents to hear me talking about this, really. And, they're supportive and stuff, but it would just be kind of embarrassing to be talking about this kind of stuff around them and my other family. So I gotta either record really early in the morning or at night or whenever my parents are home. Just kind of hard. So, that's why I didn't record for a month. But I'm here now. So I think that'll probably it. I gotta go make breakfast. I literally got up and was just playing Valorant for a little bit, and I was like, you know, let me record a video. Perfect time. So I had to think about a topic and whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna go make breakfast, and the situation that you're thinking about right now, I'm sure it seems bad in the moment, but in a week you'll be over it. You know. And if it's something really bad, just know that I'm here for you. You could put it in the comments, and I'm not gonna be a therapist. I'm not gonna try and therapy you, but I'm gonna. Oh my God, it's burning down. Look at that, it's burning down over there. But I'm gonna be compassionate, and I'll be there for you. And I'm sure everybody else watching these videos will be there for you in the comments too if you need that help, right? So feel free in the comments to just put down, if you feel like it, you don't have anybody else to talk to, or just feels like a safe space, just put it in the comments. Just talk about it and just be like, oh, this happened, and I'll read it and I'll heart it, and I'll put a nice sweet reply down there for you. That sounded a little strange, but you know what I mean. I'm here for you. We all are. So with that being said, I am gonna end this video. I'm gonna go make me a egg sandwich with a bagel. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. Have a great day.